guys, I am excited. I know I say that every week, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Listen, I've preached many a series in my life, okay? And I have never been more excited about a series than I am right now. So I'm telling you, you guys are going to want to be here for all 5 weeks of this series. All 5 weeks, because I'm stoked. It's going to be really, really good. I feel like I got a good word from God on this one, and I'm pumped. I'm extremely pumped. I've been praying about it all week, and I'm excited. So we're going to be talking about Joseph. How many people are familiar with Joseph? So some people. Okay. Well, we're not talking about Jesus' daddy. Just to clarify that up. We got to get this Ben off stage because I'm going to play with it the entire time. All right, we're talking about Joseph from the Old Testament. So far back into the Old Testament, we're talking about Genesis Old Testament. By the way, I want to welcome our Periscope viewers. We got a handful of those people right now. Last week, guess what? We had 40 people watching via Periscope last week. So pretty excited about that now. I checked earlier. We had about 11. Probably gone down a little bit. Gone up since then. Nice. I like it. Well, welcome to the service, wherever you guys are from. Hopefully you're not all creepers. And if you are, maybe you'll get saved. I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm excited. I love Joseph. Part of the reason that I love Joseph is because I'm the baby of the family, and Joseph was the baby of the family. How many babies do I have in here? Oh. How many non-babies do I have in here? Be honest. You're not the baby. Okay, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. People that are the babies of the family, or people that are not the babies. Don't let me be confusing. How many of you are annoyed by the babies of the family? Oh. Do you know what? If both of my sisters were in the room, their hands would they'd have 4 hands up. They'd be like, can I lift my feet? Because I literally got away with everything. How many babies in the room get away with almost everything? Oh, yeah. We just got those little puppy dog eyes, right? We come up to mom and dad and we're just like, I didn't mean to. And they're like, it's okay. One of the things, seriously, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and this is a bad decision, okay? So I don't want you to try this. But I was real slick with my words whenever I was younger. And I remember I talked to mom and I was like, Mom, listen, sometimes I need gas for my car and I don't have money. And mom was like, oh, will you turn me down just a little bit? Because I'm feeding back major. And mom was like, oh, well, what do we need to do about up a little more? I'm down too low now. And then mom was like, well, what do you need to do? You want to go ahead and get a job? And I was like, well, I don't really have time for a job, you know. I'm at school all the time. Babies of the family, you know what I'm talking about. And then you start throwing in stuff that you're doing. You're like, I'm Teens for Christ president. And I'm in theater telling people about Jesus there. And so you're starting to get your parents on your good side. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, that's right. He's doing a lot for the kingdom. He is. And then mom goes, you know what? I have an idea. You know what? I just got a second debit card. You know what? Let me give you this debit card. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. But thank you. You know? How many babies? That's like your goal. You know you can get away with stuff like that all day. Okay? That was it. How many older people in the room were cringing at that story because you know your siblings get away with crap like that? Yes. I'm going to talk to these two right here. How many of you guys know that Liam probably does stuff that you would have gotten your butts beat for that he doesn't get his butt beat for? Am I right? My sisters would do that all the time. My sisters would be like, are you making fun of my laugh? No. It sounds like you're making fun of my laugh. Listen, I know I have a funny laugh, but you don't need to make fun of it, okay? That's all sorts of disrespectful. All right, so anyway, my sisters would do that all the time. I would get into like my bedroom and my sisters would go, you know, if I would have done that at your age, I'd have got my butt beat. And then I'd have been like, they just love me more. I don't even know what to say. All right, and that was legit the deal with that. All right, but today we're going to be talking about another baby of the family. Joseph was the baby of the family, even though he was only the baby for a little while. But Joseph was also a dreamer. And I don't mean like he was like a daydreamer, because he probably was. But he was a legit dreamer. All right, his dad was Jacob, and he actually had him when he was really old. How many people think that they might know how old Jacob was? If you guess it on the head, I will give you something from the cafe.
72.
No. I need hands raised. 149? No. 39? No. 39 is not that old to be having kids. All right, you ready? Jacob Jacob was around 91 years old whenever he had Joseph. 91 years old, guys. That's really old to be having kids. I know at 91, I don't want to be having any more kids. Not that I have any to begin with, but none at all. All right. So Joseph at this point in the story where we're coming in is 17 years old. Do I have any 17-year-olds in the room? People that were just recently 17? No? Mark, how old are you? I thought you were 17 for some reason. You was like a month ago. And we didn't even say anything here, did we? That's sad. All right. Well, Joseph's mom had died a few years back, okay? Joseph's mom had died, so it was just him and his dad and his 12 other brothers. Listen, brothers, that's crazy. All right, Genesis 37 is where we're going to be reading. We're going to be there for the whole night. So if you guys want to go ahead and open Bibles, get out YouVersions, which none of you guys ever do. One of these days I'm going to get you guys saved and you're going to carry around Bibles and YouVersion Bible apps and all that other good stuff. It's going to be good times. But we're going to be reading in Genesis 37, starting in verse 2 to kick things off. So let's get started. It says, this is the account of Jacob and his family. When Joseph was 17 years old, he often tended his father's flocks. He worked for his half-brother, the sons of his father's wives, Biliah and Zilpah. But Joseph reported to his father some of the bad things his brothers were doing. Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other children because Joseph had been born to him in his old age. So one day Jacob had a special gift made for Joseph, a beautiful robe. Some other translations say a colorful robe. People aren't really sure what it was. All right, it says, but his brother hated Joseph because their father loved him more than the rest of them. They couldn't say a kind word about him. One of the things that I liked in that section of scripture is where they were like, he essentially like tattletaled on his brothers. How many older people, your baby's brothers do that? Even if it's Owen. Even if it's Owen. Did Owen tell on you as a kid?
No.
You can rat him out. Come on. He ratted you out many times. I'm just kidding. You guys were probably born right around like so close to each other. You guys like took up for each other. You're like, nah, that mess just happened.
Yeah.
The kitchen exploded, Mom. You should be happy we're alive. Now that Liam's around, you can be like, it was Liam. Or Liam's like, you should see what they did in the kitchen. I tried to stop them. Okay, so, no, that was a funny story. You guys like hearing some of these stories from whenever I was a kid, right? Funny story. This one's actually not me being stupid. All right, this is really old school technology. You guys probably don't even know what this is. How many of you guys have ever heard of a fold-out couch? Okay. We had a fold-out couch. It was like blue with like little diamond shapes in them. I don't know. And you could take all the cushions off and unfold it, and out came this really uncomfortable, springy bed. Now, one day my sister came up to me and she's like, do you know what we used to do as kids? My sister's probably like 16 during this story. And she goes, do you know what me and Amy used to do when we were kids? And I was like, what? What'd you used to do? I was like a real little kid, and they go, we used to lock each other in the folding couch. And I was like, what? No way. Do it to me. And they were like, no, we're not going to do it to you. And Amanda's like, do you want to see? And I was like, yeah, I want to see. So we laid Amanda down on the couch. We folded her up like a little Moe's burrito. And then pushed it in. And then you hear that click noise. That Now, the couch had never made that noise before. You're all in the future with me, so you know what's happening, okay? So I'm like, this is funny, this is funny, this is funny. And then Amy's like, and then all of a sudden you hear Amanda go, and we're like, what'd you say? What'd you say? What'd she say? What? And then Amy gets it. She can't breathe. Get her out. Get her out. And I'm like, she can't breathe. Get her out. Get her out. Meanwhile, Amy's like jerking on the thing. It's not opening. It's locked shut. And I'm like, get her out. 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 And then through the window, we notice a car pull in the driveway. Mommy's home. Amy's trying to get her out of the couch. Get her out of the couch. Get her out of the couch. And then his mom's getting out of the car. Ka-choosh! She gets out of the couch. And I run outside and go, hey, mommy, we locked Mandy on the couch and she almost died. Come on. My sisters hated me, okay? I'm just going to be honest. All right, this is a sibling rivalry that we're talking about with these guys, okay? They hated Joseph's guts because he would rat on them and tell them all the good stuff that they were doing, all right? But then to make matters worse, Joseph has this dream, all right? Genesis 37, verse 5, it says this. One night Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers about it, they hated him more than ever. Listen to this dream, he said. We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain. Suddenly my bundle stood up and your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine. His brothers responded, so you think you'll be our king, do you? Do you actually think you will reign over us? And they hated him all the more because of his dreams and the way he talked about them. It gets better. Genesis 37, verse 9 through 11, it says, soon Joseph had another dream. And again, he told his brothers about it. Listen, I've had another dream, he said. The sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed low before me. This time he told the dream to his father as well as to his brothers. But his father scolded him. What kind of dream is that, he asked. Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow to the ground before you? But while his brothers were jealous of Joseph, his father wondered what the dreams meant. The first thing that I want you guys to get tonight is that your dreams are your dreams. See, if you've got a dream, a passion, something you want to do in your life, it might not be everybody else's business. Okay? If you've got a dream that's God-given, it might not be everybody else's business. Because to you, what you've discovered is something precious. It's a diamond. You love what it looks like, and to you it means the world. But everyone else that sees it might only see a worthless rock. Does that make sense? You guys tracking with me? You guys might want to do something with your life. You might want to be a doctor. You might want to play sports. And you might tell people, hey, that's what I want to do. And then they go, well, you're never going to do that. You're not good enough to do that. That's someone looking at your diamond, to you, something that means the world to you. And to them, it's just a rock. They're dream killers. The world's full of them. They can't see what you see. Who knows what this is? Coal? It's coal. Okay, for those of you that can't see it, it's coal. Okay? To each of us in this room, and I'm getting black stuff all over my hands. To each of us in this room, this is a worthless chunk of rock. It's good for nothing. We can't do anything with it. Granted, we can light fires. All of us country hillbillies are like, we can grill something with that. All right? But in reality, if I tried to sell you this, if I came up to you and I said, hey, this is worth $7,000. Look at it. You would go, worth like $7, maybe. Nah, that's even overspending. That's like 7 cents. Am I right? To you, this is worthless. We'll talk more about this in a little bit. It just needs a little time. Your dream needs a little time. Genesis 37, 12 through 20 says, soon after this, Joseph's brothers went to pasture their father's flocks at Shechem. When they had been gone for some time, Jacob said to Joseph, your brothers are pasturing their sheep at Shechem. Get ready and I will send you to them. I'm ready to go, Joseph replied. Go and see how your brothers and flocks are getting along, Jacob said. Then come back and bring me a report. So Jacob sent him on his way, and Joseph traveled to Shechem and from their home in the valley of Hebron. When he arrived there, a man from the area noticed him wandering around the countryside. What are you looking for? He asked. I'm looking for my brothers, Joseph replied. Do you know where they are pasturing their sheep? Yes, the man told him. They have moved from here, but I heard them say, let's go on to Dothan. So Joseph followed his brothers to Dothan and found them there. When Joseph's brothers saw him coming, they recognized him in the distance. As he approached, they made plans to kill him. Here comes the dreamer, they said. Come on, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns or a well. We can tell our father a wild animal has eaten him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams. These are dream killers. These are dream killers in action. These are people that they hate their brother so much to a level they're willing to throw him in a pit and kill him. Now, older people, do you hate your younger brother that much? Your younger sisters that much? Yeah. No, my sisters didn't hate me that much. They didn't want to throw me in a pit and kill me. Okay? Some days, maybe, but not every day. All right? These are dream killers, and they'll stop at nothing to stop your dream, even if it means stopping you. They'll do whatever they got to do to stop your dream. All right, Genesis 37:21-24 says, "But when Reuben heard of their scheme, he came to Joseph's rescue. 'Let's not kill him,' he said. 'Why should we shed any blood? Let's just throw him into this empty cistern here in the wilderness. Then he'll die without our laying a hand on him.' Reuben was secretly planning to rescue Joseph and return him to his father. So when Joseph arrived, his brothers ripped off the beautiful robe he was wearing. Then they grabbed him and threw him into a cistern." Now, could you imagine? Just think about it. You're going to check on your family, unsuspecting. You're just going to make sure they're okay. You probably got some food with you. You're just doing the good thing, being a good brother to these guys. And then you show up, they strip your clothes off you and then throw you into a pit and then they leave you to die. Totally out of left field. You have no idea why this happened, because you have to understand that even though they hated him, they probably didn't hate him to his face. Because, you know, when we don't like people, 9 times out of 10, we're nice to their face. And then whenever they go away, they're like these guys, right? That's probably what was happening in Joseph's life. These people were being really nice to him to his face, and then all of a sudden they throw him into a pit and they just want to leave him there to die. But Joseph has these dreams, man, these dreams of his brothers bowing down to him. But yet, here he is, left in a pit. All of a sudden, his dream looks like what everyone is telling him it looks like. A worthless piece of rock. It's not good for anything. It's not gonna do anything. This is good for nothing. Joseph's sitting in that pit and he probably starts to contemplate his life. Where did I go wrong? What happened? What did I say? What did I do? Why am I in this pit right now? What is happening to my life? Why does my dream look like a piece of rock? See, Joseph was under an intense amount of pressure. And if you know anything about diamonds and coal, you understand that pressure is a good thing. See, you can't have a dream without having pressure. And if you're older in your life, I know Mark can probably attest to this, and there's a goal you have in your life. You want to play sports with your life for a little bit here, or maybe for a long time, I don't know. A little bit, a long time, whatever happens, happens kind of thing. You understand pressure is part of the game, right? You understand it's not always easy. This was the thing Joseph was having to learn. Because see, when he was at home, stuff was handed to him. He was a baby. Life was just given to him. And now he's in a pit in the blazing hot sun, being left to die. Pressure. Pressure's starting to build. In order for your dreams to actually take shape, you need pressure. Pressure is a good thing. Problems are a good thing.